Hello everyone, welcome to Matrix YouTube channel. Today we are here for the discussion of solutions of Matrix Olympiad paper which was held on 20 October 2024. We will start from class 8th and the subject is physics. First question. A gun of mass 1 kg fires 4 bullets per second, each of mass 20 gram with a velocity 300 meter per second. The force required to hold the gun is, as we know that the force is equal to rate change of momentum. Okay, so it can be written as n and the momentum is given by mass into velocity. That means I am taking mass as common, delta v upon delta t. Okay, so F is equals to become, the number of bullets are 4 multiplied by the mass is 20 divided by 1000 converting in kg, and the speed is 300, that means 300 per second, that means the time is 1. So force will be given by solving this calculation. So this 1000 is cancelled and we will get F is equals to 4 to the 8 and 8 3 the 24 Newton. So our correct answer is option A. Next question, question number 2. While walking on ice, one should take small steps to avoid slipping. Yes, when we are walking on ice, we always take small steps, okay, to avoid slipping. This is because a smaller step ensure large amount of friction. Okay, smaller will be the step, larger will be the friction. Okay, so option A is our correct answer. Next, question number 3. So in question number 3, the volume of a substance is 20 centimeter cube. Okay, so it is given in CGS system, centimeter cube. The mass of the substance, if its relative density is 2.5. So the answers are given in gram, that means in CGS system, so there is no need to change it into meter. Okay, so density is equals to mass upon volume. So in that case we have to find mass. So mass is equals to become density multiplied by volume. So density is given 2.5 multiplied by 20. Okay, so it becomes equal to 50 gram. So our correct answer will be option B. Next, question number 4, which is a assertion reason question. So let us read assertion first. Sliding friction is replaced in most machine by rolling friction by the use of ball bearing. This is a true statement. Okay, sliding friction is more than we can say sliding friction is more than rolling friction. So it is reduced by ball bearings. So what is reason here? Static friction is a self-adjusting. So we know that static friction is a self-adjusting force, but it is not the correct reason of assertion. So both statements are true, but reason is not a correct explanation of assertion. So we'll say option B is our correct answer. Next, question number 5, which is a match the following question. Okay, so in column 1 there are some quantities given and in column 2 relative quantities are given. Relative density, as we have discussed a question on relative density earlier. So relative density is equals to density of substance divided by density of water at 4 degrees Celsius. So for P I will write 3. Volume, so we know that what is volume? Volume is given by mass upon density. So for Q I will write 4. For R, pressure, for pressure I will write what is pressure, thrust per unit area, that means for R I will write 1. Density, for density I will write mass upon volumes, so it will be 2. So correct code is 3412. 3412, that means option C is our correct answer. Okay, question number 6, which is based on a paragraph. So here a diagram is given, a situation is given here. 2 blocks A and B of masses 10 kg and 20 kg. This is of 10 kg, this is of 20 kg respectively, are in the contact with each other and at rest on a horizontal table, okay, against a rigid wall. The coefficient of friction between the object and the table is 0.2, that is mu s is given, coefficient of friction 0.2. okay, mass of A object is given 10 kg. Okay, mass of B object is given 20 kg. Okay, a force of 200 Newton is horizontally applied to the object A. This force is applied on this object on right direction. So we have to find the reaction of the wall. As we know that from the third law of action and reaction, the amount of force applied will be equal to the amount of reaction force given by the wall. So we have to calculate the net force acting on wall, because we know that there is a friction between blocks and the surface. So complete 200 Newton force will be not acting on the wall. First we have to find the friction offered to the A and B object, which will be in the left direction. So net force applied on the wall will be given by 200 minus friction force, and that will be the action on wall, which is equal to the reaction by the wall. Okay, so we have to calculate the friction force offered here. So for friction force, we know that friction force Fs is given by mu s into R. R is normal force. What is normal force? Normal force is perpendicular to the surface, okay, in upward direction, acting on both objects. So we know that total mass of body is 10 plus 20, that is 30. R is equals to mg, okay. So Fs is equals to, what is mu s? 0.2 multiplied by, what is m? 10 plus 20, that means 30, multiplied by g value is 9.8, okay. So Fs is equals to, this becomes 6 multiplied by 9.8. So from here we can see it will be equal to 58.8 Newton, okay. 58.8 Newton, this is the friction force acting on left direction. So net reaction on the wall will be given by 200 minus 58.8, which is equals to 141.2 Newton. So our correct answer is option B, okay. Next question, which is based on same paragraph, and the question is the magnitude of action force applied by the object A on B. So we know that if 200 Newton is applied on A, but object A will having experiencing some friction force which is opposite to the 200 Newton direction force. So we have to find the friction force acting on A, which will be subtracted by 200, will be equal to the force applied on B, okay. So what is the friction force here? Fs is equals to, same formula, mu s into R. Value of R is given by mg. So Fs is equals to 0.2 multiplied by mass of object A is 10 multiplied by 9.8, okay. So in that case, we'll see here, on solving this we will get our answer 19.6, okay. So this friction force should be subtracted from 200 Newton. 200 minus 19.6, which is equals to 180.4, okay. So our correct answer is option C. So we have discussed all the questions of subject physics. For more information regarding Matrix Olympiad, subscribe this YouTube channel. You can also join our WhatsApp channel. The link of WhatsApp channel is provided in the description of this video. If you have any type of doubt in any question, then click on Ask a Doubt button, which is provided in your MOF profile. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone. Welcome to all of you on Matrix YouTube channel. Now we will discuss the MOF paper solution for class 8, which was conducted on 20th October 2024. The salt used in soda acid type extinguisher is. The soda acid type extinguisher, in the soda acid type extinguisher, we use NaHCO3, which is known as sodium hydrogen carbonate, or we can say sodium bicarbonate also. The common name of this substance is baking soda. When we use this substance and it react with H2SO4 present in that extinguisher, then it releases the carbon dioxide gas, and because of this carbon dioxide gas, we use the sodium bicarbonate in the fire extinguisher, the soda acid type fire extinguisher. Let's see the option. The options are, first is potassium carbonate, no. Second is sodium nitrate, no. Third is sodium bicarbonate, which is known as sodium hydrogen carbonate also. Yes, the C option is the right option. Now let's see the D. D is potassium nitrate. No, it is also a wrong statement. Okay, so the option C is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. The next question is, flames of the mixture are used for the welding. Generally, there are the two substances which are generally used for the welding. First is oxyacetylene, and the second substance is oxyhydrogen. Oxyhydrogen basically formed by the combination of oxygen and hydrogen. Let's see the option. The options are, D option is oxymethane. No, it is completely wrong. Second is oxycarbon. It is also wrong. Next is oxynitrogen. It is also a wrong option. Last one is the oxyhydrogen. Yes, oxyhydrogen and oxyacetylene. These substances are generally used for the welding purpose. So the A option is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. The next question is assertion reason type question. So let's see the assertion statement. The assertion statement is, the color of LPG flame is blue while a candle flame is yellow. We know that there are the two types of the combustion. First is complete combustion and second is incomplete combustion. If we provide or if the environment the amount of the oxygen is sufficient, that complete combustion will be takes place, and if the insufficient supply of in the condition of the not the total proper amount of oxygen, the incomplete combustion will be takes place. When the complete combustion takes place, it the substance or any of the substance burns with the blue flame, and in the condition of incomplete combustion, the substance, but in the condition of the incomplete combustion, the substance burn with the flame of yellow color. Okay, so the reason is LPG undergoes, it means the assertion is the right statement. Assertion is the color of LPG flame is blue while a candle flame is yellow. Yes, it is completely a right statement, because LPG, in the LPG complete combustion will be takes place. So because of that, it is blue in color, and in the candle flame there is an incomplete combustion. So because of the incomplete combustion, it is yellow in color. So it means it is a completely a true statement. Now let's see the reason. The reason is LPG undergoes complete combustion while wax undergoes incomplete combustion. Yes, it is completely a true statement, and this statement completely explains the assertion. So both the assertion and reason are true statement, and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. Now let's see the option. The option A is both assertion and reason are the true, and reason is a correct explanation of assertion. Yeah, it is completely a right option. Next is both assertion and reason are the true, but the reason is not a correct explanation of assertion. No, it is a correct explanation of assertion. Now next is assertion is true and reason is false. It is completely a wrong statement. And last one is assertion is false and reason is true. It is also a completely wrong statement. So the option A is the right option for this case. It means assertion and reason both are correct statement. In the complete combustion, blue flame is obtained, and in the condition of incomplete combustion, yellow flame or orangish flame is obtained. So the option A is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. The next question is match the column type question. Match column first with column second and select the correct answer using the codes given below. So in the column first, P is peat, second is Q is lignite, and R is bituminous, and S is lamp black. Now here is the column, in the column second, the percentage of the carbon is given. First is 98% carbon, second is 80% carbon, third is 70% carbon, and fourth is 60% carbon. If we're talking about the peat, it is the we can say the less amount of carbon is present in this form, and around less than 60% or around 60% carbon is present in this. If we're talking about the lignite, so around 70% carbon is present in the lignite. If we're talking about the bituminous, so in the bituminous 80%, or we can say the different kind of bituminous, in the different kind of bituminous, different percentage of carbon is present around. In some cases it is it may be 70%, 75%, 80%. Okay, and the lamp black is the purest form. It contain around above 95%, or we can say 98% of carbon. So according to that, P match with fourth, then Q lignite match with third, and then R bituminous match with second, and the S lamp black match with first, 98%. So the 4, 3, 2, 1. So the option B is the right option for this question. Now let's see the next question. The next question is paragraph based question. Let's see the question. The question is, when a superheated steam is passed through white hot cock, means when we pass the superheated steam, means H2O. When we pass the H2O over carbon, it produces two substances. First is carbon monoxide and second is hydrogen gas. And the carbon monoxide and hydrogen gas combinedly known as water gas. Okay, now let's see the question. The question is, first let's see the remaining paragraph. After that we see the question. The remaining paragraph is, it gets reduced to a mixture of X and Y. So this is X and this is Y. Okay, so the Y is highly inflammable gas and the mixture of X and Y is named as Z, and the X and Y is named as Z, and the Z is water gas. Let's see the question. The question is, identify the mixture Z. So the mixture Z is producer gas? No. Producer gas is the combination of carbon monoxide and nitrogen gas. Next is water gas. Yes, this is completely a right option. Next is coal gas. Coal gas generally mixture of the methane and we can say hydrogen and carbon monoxide. Natural gas is also methane and all these type of gases. So the option C and D also are wrong option. Option B is the right option for this question. B is water gas, which is the combination of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. So the carbon monoxide is X and hydrogen is Y, and the Z new substance which is known as a water gas. Okay, now let's see the next question. In the next question, the paragraph is same but the question is different. So the question is identify X, and we know that earlier we discussed about that. Then if the carbon is react with steam H2O, it produces two substances. First is carbon monoxide and second is hydrogen, and carbon monoxide is the X and hydrogen is Y, and the XY is combinedly known as the water gas, which is represented by the Z. So the X is the carbon monoxide, which is very harmful for human being also. So the A is NO2, no. B is carbon monoxide, yes, B is the right option. C is sulfur dioxide, it is also a wrong option. Next, D is carbon dioxide, no, it is also a wrong option. So the option B is the right option for this question. Thank you. For more information regarding Matrix Olympiad, you can subscribe our YouTube channel. You can join our WhatsApp channel also. And if you have any doubt, any query regarding any question, so there is one more option, ask a doubt. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Hello student, welcome to Matrix High School. Today we discuss about Matrix Olympiad paper solution for class 8th biology portion. Let's start question first. What is the process of preparing the soil for planting called? Option A, sowing, no. Planting, no. Irrigation, no. And tillage is right option for this question. Tillage process, preparing the soil for planting. So right answer is tillage. Next, which of one the following nutrient not available in fertilizer? In fertilizer, N, P, K, nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium present. Option A, nitrogen, that is right. Iron, not present in NPK. And phosphorus and potassium present. So, right option is B. Next question is, the primitive prokaryotes mean bacterial cell. Bacterial cell. Responsible for the production of biogas from the dung of ruminant animal include the example cow. Cow is ruminant because rumen present in cow, and in rumen methanogen bacteria present. These are responsible for biogas formation. So, according to option, Halophilus, wrong. Thermoacidophilus, wrong. Methanogen, right. And Eubacteria, wrong. Biogas formation by methanogen, because in biogas methane gas produced by methanogen bacteria. Next, assertion A, the antibodies remain in the body after killing the invader, right? Next, reason, to protect our body from the disease causing organism. Yes, antibodies protect our body from disease causing organism, mean to say pathogen. From pathogen, they protect our body. According to assertion and reason, assertion right and reason right. Both assertion and reason are true, and reason R is correct explanation for A. Option A is correct answer for this. Next question is, match column first and second. Column first, bacteria. Bacteria match in column second, fixing bacteria causing cholera. Rhizobium, fixing bacteria and bacteria causing cholera. Vibrio cholerae. Virus for AIDS and protozoa for malaria. So our correct matching is P 4, Q third, R first, and S 2. 4312. 4312 in option B is correct for this question. Next, paragraph question. Agriculture is the science which mainly deals with the diverse process or the methods used for the cultivating different varieties of plant and livestock farming or animal husbandry on the basis of human requirement. Animal husbandry, farming, and so many livestock include in this agriculture. Kharif crop are sown in, first question for this paragraph. Option A, March, April. Option B, May, June. I think May, June is right for paddy, maize, bajra and jowar. So, Kharif crop are shown in May, June. Option B is right. Next, khurpi, sickle, shovel, plow are some example of farmer field tool, and type of instrument, type of crop, type of weedicide, farmer's field crop. These are used in farming. So, right option is option A. These are the all solution for biology portion. For more updates, subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you.
Hello friends, welcome back in Matrix Olympiad exam. Now we will discuss the solution of mathematics parts. So coming to the question number 21, the reciprocal of minus 9 by 16 into 8 by 15. So first of all, we have to solve this part. Then we have to find out the reciprocal of this number. So minus 9 upon 16 into 8 upon 15. Here 8 1 ja 8, 8 2 ja 16. And this is 3 3 ja 9, 3 5 ja 15. So it is minus 3 upon 10. Now the reciprocal of minus 3 by 10 is minus 10 upon 3, which is option C. So option C will be correct answer. Now coming to the next question. Here the mod of 2 by 3 minus 3 by 4 is equal to. So first of all, we have to solve 2 by 3 minus 3 by 4. So we have to take LCM here. So LCM is 12. 3 4s are 12, 4 2s are 8. So it is 8 minus 4 3s are 12, 3 3s are 9. So it is minus 1 by 12. And the mod of minus 1 by 12 is 1 by 12 plus 1 by 12. So right option is C, 1 by 12. Now coming to the next question. If 15 less than x less than 20, then the value of square root of x minus 15 square plus square root of x minus 3 square. So here you can see the range of x is given. Range of x is between 15 to 20. So the square root of x minus 15 square is x minus 15 plus square root of x minus 3 square is x minus 3. Now we have to solve this expression. So we will get x plus x is 2x, minus 15 minus 3 is minus 18. So the final answer is 2x minus 18, which is option A. So option A will be the right answer. A swimmer goes downstream from one place to another in 9 hours. It covers the same distance upstream in 10 hours. If the speed of the stream be 3 km per hour, then the speed of the swimmer is. So we have to find out the speed of the swimmer. Here it is given that in upstream and downstream, the distance will be the same. So we have to assume the distance covered is x kilometer and speed of the swimmer will be y kilometer per hour. So first equation is a swimmer goes downstream from one place to another in 9 hours. So it takes 9 hours. So time is equal to distance upon speed. For downstream, time taken is 9 hours, speed is y plus 3 and distance is x kilometer. So it is 9 equal to x upon y plus 3. When swimmer goes downstream, the net speed will be y plus 3 km per hour. So from this equation, we have to write x equal to 9y plus 27. It is our equation number 1. Next, it covers the same distance upstream in 10 hours. When swimmer goes upstream, the net speed will be y minus 3 km per hour. So it takes 10 hours. So time 10 hours equal to distance is same. So I have to write here x kilometer, x upon the net speed is y minus 3. From here, I have to write x equal to 10y minus 30. This is our equation number 2. So from equation number 1 and equation number 2, I have to write 9y plus 27 equal to 10y minus 30. Now we have to solve this equation. So we will get 27 plus 30 is equal to 10y minus 9y, which is equal to y. So y equal to 57 km per hour. So the speed of the swimmer is 57 km per hour, which is option A. So option A will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. A number consists of 2 digits whose sum is 12. Here a number is given that is a 2-digit number. So I have to assume that number is xy. And the sum of 2 digits whose sum is 12. So it means x plus y is equal to 12. It is our equation number 1 and it is given in question. If 12 is added to the number, its digits get reversed. If 12 is added to the number is xy, so I have to add 12 in this number. So I have to write this 2-digit number is 10x plus y and added 18. So I have to add 18. When I add 18 to this number, the digits are get reversed. So it means the digits are yx, the number is yx. So I have to write the yx is equal to 10y plus x. Now I have to solve this equation. So 10x and this x is here. So it is 9x minus 9y is equal to minus 18. this whole equation is divided by 9. So x minus y is equal to minus 2. Now this is our equation number 2. So we have to solve equation number 1 and equation number 2. So I have to add equation 1 and equation 2. So we will get 2x equal to 12 minus 2, which is equal to 10. So x equal to 10 by 2, which is equal to 5. So x equal to 5. Now I have to put this value in equation number 1. So we will get 5 plus y equal to 12, or y equal to 12 minus 5 is equal to 7. Our number is xy. The x value is 5, the y value is 7. So the final number is 57, which is option C. So option C will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question, polygon A is a regular pentagon and polygon B is a regular hexagon. Then the value of x is. So here you can see this pentagon is a regular polygon. It means all the sides are equal. Similarly, this hexagon is also a regular hexagon. So this means this side, this side, this side, this side and this side are equal. It means all the sides are equal in this polygon. So now we have to find out the value of this angle. So you can see here the interior angle of regular pentagon is 108 degree. So it is 108 degree. Here you can see this triangle is an isosceles triangle because this side and this side is equal. So we have to find out this value. So this value is 36 degree and this value is also 36 degree. Now we have to find out the value of this angle. So this is whole angle is 108 degree and it is 36 degree. So this value will be the 72 degree. Now we have to find out this value. So in regular hexagon, each interior angle will be the 120 degree. So it is 120 degree. It is also 120 degree. You can see here it is a trapezium. So if it is 120 degree and this side are also equal. So this is a isosceles trapezium. If this angle is 120 degree, then this angle will be the 60 degree. This is 60 degree. This is whole angle is 120 degree. So this angle will be the 60 degree. So the value of x equal to 72 plus 60, which is equal to 132 degree. So the value of x equal to 132 degree, which is option B. So option B will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. In the given figure, PQRS is a parallelogram and angle SPQ, it is given 60 degree. If the bisector of angle P and angle Q, it means this angle is 30 degree and this angle is also 30 degree because it is given, it is a bisector. Angle P and angle Q meet at A on RS, then which of the following is not correct? So we have to solve this parallelogram first. If this angle is 60 degree, then this angle will be the 120 degree because the sum of the adjacent angle in parallelogram is 180 degree. So if it is given 60 degree, then this angle Q will be the 120 degree. And this angle Q is the angle bisector. So this angle will be the 60 degree and this angle is also 60 degree. Here you can see this is 60 degree. So this angle will be the 120 degree. This is 30 degree. This is 120. So this angle will be the 30 degree. So triangle APS, in triangle APS, AS is equal to SP. Why? Because triangle APS is a isosceles triangle. Similarly, you can see here, if this is 120 degree, then this angle is 60 degree. If in triangle two angles are 60 degree, then third angle is also 60 degree. So here you can see triangle ARQ. It is a equilateral triangle. So AR equal to QR equal to AQ. And you can see here AR equal to, in parallelogram, SP equal to QR is also there. So let's check one by one each option. So AS equal to SP, so it is a true. AS equal to AR, here you can see AS equal to SP and it is AS equal to AR. So QR equal to SP, so I have to write AS equal to AR because QR equal to AR and SP equal to QR. So I have to write AR equal to SP. So it is also true. AS equal to AR. Yes, AS is also equal to AR because AR equal to QR, or AR equal to QR and AS equal to SP. So I have to write AR equal to SR. It is also true. And last is AQ equal to PQ. But here you can see AQ and PQ, they are not equal. AQ and PQ, they are not equal because this angle is 90 degree. So it is a false. So AQ is not equal to PQ. So our option is D will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. Mohit wins if he picks up a face card from the given cards. Find the probability of Mohit's winning. Mohit wins if it picks up a face card. So here you can see this is 7, this is not a face card, this is 5, it is not a face card, it is 3, it is 2, it is K and it is A. So from these cards, only this is the face card. So the how many face cards are there? Here only one face card is there. So favorable outcome is 1. And how many total cards are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total cards are 6. So the probability of Mohit winning is 1 by 6, which is option B. So option B will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. 2 dice are thrown simultaneously, then find the probability of getting the sum as 8. If 2 dice are thrown simultaneously, then the total possible outcome are 36. Now we have to find out the favorable outcome. So here favorable event is sum is 8. So we have to write the favorable outcomes first. So first favorable outcome is sum is 8. So if one die is gives 2 and another dice is give 6. So first is 2, 6. Next is 6, 2. Next is 4, 4. Next is 3, 5. And next is 5, 3. So total favorable outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And the total outcomes are 36. So the probability of getting sum is 5 upon 36, which is option D. So option D will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. Which of the following is not true? So let's check one by one. So under root AB is equal to under root A into under root B. It is a right. It is a true. Next is under root A upon B is equal to under root A upon under root B. It is also true. Next is under root A plus B equal to under root A plus under root B. It is a wrong. So it is not true. Next is under root A plus B whole square equal to A plus B. Yes, the whole square of square root is A plus B. So it is also true. So this is true and D is true. So our option is C because it is not true. Now coming to the next question. Simplify square root of 7 is to 1 by 5 upon 5 plus square root of 3 is to 1 by 8 upon 8 minus square root of 8 is to 1 by 10 upon 10. So first of all, we have to solve this and this. So square root of 7 is to 1 by 5 is, it is a mixed fraction. We have to convert it into a proper fraction. 7 5s are 35. 35 plus 1 is 36. So it is 36 upon 5 into 5 plus similarly 8 3s are 24. 24 plus 1 is 25. So it is 25 upon 8 into 8 minus 10 8s are 80. 80 plus 1 is 81. So it is 81 upon 10 into 10. Now we have to solve, we have to find out the square root of these numbers. So square root of 36 is 6 and square root of 5 into 5 is 5. Similarly, it is 5 upon 8 minus 9 upon 10. Now we have to solve this expression. So first of all, we have to take LCM here. So LCM of 5, 8 and 10 is 40. Now 5 8s are 40, 8 6 are 48. So it is 48 plus 8 5s are 40, 5 5s are 25. It is 25 minus 10 4s are 40, 4 9s are 36. So it is 45 plus 25 minus 36. Now we have to solve this part. So it is 48 minus 25 minus 36 is 11. So it is 48 minus 11 upon 40, and 48 minus 11 is 8 minus 1 is 7, 4 minus 1 is 3. So it is 37 upon 40, which is option A. So option A will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. the value of 2.3 whole cube minus 0.027 upon 2.3 square plus 0.69 plus 0.09. So first of all, I have to write into a simplify form. So it is 2.3 cube minus 0.027, I have to write it is 0.3 whole cube upon it is 2.3 square plus 2.3 into 0.3 plus 0.3 square. I have to write 0.69 is 2.3 into 0.3, 0.09 is 0.3 square. Now we have to assume A equal to 2.3, B equal to 0.3. A equal to, I have to assume 2.3 and B equal to 0.3. Now I have to put the value of A and B in this expression. So we will get A cube minus B cube upon A square plus AB plus B square. Here you can see it is a cube minus b cube. So I have to apply identity here. A cube minus b cube is a minus b into a square plus b square plus ab upon a square plus ab plus b square. So this term and this term will be cancelled out. So the final result is a minus b. The value of a is 2.3. The value of b is 0.3. So 2.3 minus 0.3 is 2. So our answer is 2. So option A will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. The smallest number by which 33,075 must be multiplied to obtain a perfect square number. So we have to find out the smallest number by which we have to multiply this number. So we have to use here prime factorization method. So we have to find out the prime factorization of this number. So first we have to divide this number by 5. 5 6 are 30. Remainder is 3. 3 0. 5 6 are 30. Then 5 1 are 5. Then 5 5 are 25. Again we have to divide this number by 5. So 5 1 are 5. 5 3 are 15. 5 2 are 10. And 5 3 are 15. Now I have to divide this number by 3. So 3 4s are 12. 3 4s are 12. And 3 1s are 3. And the 441 is the square of 21. So I have to again divide by 21. 21 divided by 441 is 21. Again 21 divided by 21 is 1. So this 5 is in the pair form. 21 is the pair form. So we have to multiply this number by 3. Then we will get the perfect square number. So our answer will be the 3, which is option B. So option B will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. If the volume of a cube is 7,78,688 mm cube, find the measure of its age. So volume of a cube is a cube and it is given 7,78,688. Now we have to find out the value of age. So age A equal to cube root of 7,78,688. So when we find out the cube root, so we can check the unit place. So here unit digit is 8. So if the unit digit is 8, then the cube root of this 8 is 2. Now we have to find out this tens place value. So we have to make this pair 778. So 778. Let's check the which value have the cube of 778 or less than the value of 778. So here we know the cube of 9 is 729 and the cube of 10 is 1000, and this number is lie between these two numbers. So the smallest number we have to taken here. So the smallest number is 9. So the tens place of this cube root is 9. So the cube root of this number is 92 mm. So our answer will be the D. So our option is D. Now coming to the next question. During a sale, a shop offered a discount of 10% on the marked price of all the items. What would a customer have to pay for a pair of jeans marked at rupees 1450 and 2 shirts marked at rupees 850 each? So first we have to find out the selling price of jeans. So marked price is 1450 and the 10% of this price will be the 145. So the selling price is 1450 minus 145. So 10 minus 5 is 5. It is 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. It is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3 and it is 1. So it is 1305. So the jeans value is 1305. Similarly, we have to find out the cost of shirt. So first we have to find out the cost of one shirt. So cost of one shirt is 850 will be the marked price and the discount is 10%. So 10% of 850 is 85. So the selling price is 850 minus 85, which is equal to 10 minus 5 is 5. It is 4. We have to take borrow. 14 minus 8 is 6. So it is 7. So 765. It is a cost of one shirt. So the cost of two shirts is multiplied by 2. 2 5s are 10. Carry 1. 2 6 are 12 plus 1 is 13. Carry 1. 2 7s are 14. 14 plus 1 is 15. So the cost of two shirt is 1530. So the total price of jeans and shirt is 1530 plus 1305. Add these two numbers. So 5 3 5 plus 3 is 8 and 1 plus 1 is 2. So total price is 2835, which is option C. Now coming to the next question. In an examination, 46% student failed in Hindi and 49% failed in English. If 18% failed in both the subject, the percentage of those who passed in both the subject is. So here we have to use the principle of inclusion and exclusion. The principle of inclusion and exclusion is that the examination 46% student is failed. So we have to find out the failed percentage. Total failed percentage is 46 plus 49 minus 18, which is equal to 46 plus 49 is 9 plus 6 is 15. Carry 1. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. So it is 95 minus 18, which is equal to 15 minus 8 is 7. It is 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. So the total fail percentage is 77%. Now we have to find out the percentage who passed in both the subjects. So the percentage of who passed in both the subject is 100 minus 77, which is equal to 23%. So our answer will be the 23%, which is option D. So option D will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. Question number 37. So question number 37 and 38 are already solved in question paper. You have to tell only the correct step. What is the right sequence to solve this question? So question number 37 is arrange the problem solving steps below in correct order to find the smallest number by which 2352 must be divided so that the quotient is a perfect square. So first we have to prime factorization of this number. So our step 1 is this part, this q. Next is we have to make a pair. So our step number 2 is this. Here you can see this 3 is not make a pair. So we have to divide this number by 3. So our step number 3 is this. Next we have to calculate the perfect square number when we divide this number by 3. So our step number 4 is this. So our right sequence is Q, S, P, R. Q, S, P, R, which is option A. So option A will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. Given below are the steps to express 0.585 bar in the form P upon Q. Arrange the steps in the correct sequence. So first of all, we have to assume this number is equal to X. So our step number 1 is this. Next, we have to check how many digits are repeated. So here we have 3 repeating digits after the decimal point. So multiply both sides by 1000 to get 1000x equal to this number. So our step number 2 is this. Next, we have to subtract from this number to this number. So our step number 3 is this. Next, finally, we have to convert this number into a P by Q form, which is here. So this is our step number 4. So right sequence is Q, R, P, S. Q, R, P, S, which is option B. So option B will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. Here assertion is given for each rational number P upon Q, comma, Q is not equal to 0 is true. Yes, it is true. Next is reason is given given each rational number is a fraction. Each rational number is not a fraction because negative rational number are not in fraction form. So this statement is false. So our assertion is true but reason is false. So our answer will be the option C. Now coming to the next question. Assertion is given each kite is a rhombus. It is a false statement. Reason is given all sides are not equal in a kite. It is a true. So our answer will be the assertion A is false and reason R is true, which is option D. So option D will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. Which of the following statement is oblique R true or false? The first statement is the number of sides of a regular polygon when each of its angle has measure of 90 degree is 3. So when we have to calculate the number of sides, so it is given each angle is 90 degree. When each angle is 90 degree, then the number of sides is 4 and here it is given 3. So it is a false statement. Next is the polygon with 9 sides is called a nonagon. It is a true. If the polygon have sides are 9, then that type of polygon is known as nonagon. So it is a true. If the number of sides in an octagon is a plus 5 upon 2, then the value of a is 7. So let's check. A plus 5 upon 2 is equal to 8. So the value of a is a plus 5 is equal to 16 and a equal to 11, but here given a equal to 7, so it is a false statement. Next is the exterior and interior angle of a 6-sided regular polygon are in the ratio 1:2. The exterior angle of a 6-sided regular polygon is 60 degree and each exterior angle is 60 degree, and interior angle of a 6-sided regular polygon is each interior angle will be the 120 degree. So it is 1/2. So it is a true. So our answer is FT, which is option A. So option A will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. Which of the following statement are true or false? First statement is cube of any even number is odd. Cube of any even number is odd. It is a false statement. Cube of any even number is even. A perfect cube does not end with 3 zeros. A perfect cube does not end with 3 zeros. It is a false statement because 1000 is a perfect cube number and it have 3 zeros. Next is there is a no perfect cube which ends with 3. It is also a false statement because 343 is the perfect cube of 7. Next is a perfect cube can never be a perfect square. It is also a false statement because 64 is a number which is a perfect cube as well as perfect square. So it is also a false statement. So our answer will be the F. All these statements are false. So our answer will be the option C. So option C will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. Which of the following statement are true or false? First is square root of 49% is 70%. So let's check. Square root of 49% is square root of 49 by 100. So square root of 49 is 7. Square root of 100 is 10. So it is 7 by 10. And 70% is 70 upon 100. It is also 7 by 10. So both are equal. So it is a true. Next is 12.5% of 192 is equivalent to 50% of 48. So let's check. 12.5% is 12.5 by 100. Of means multiply by 192. So let's solve this value. So we will get it is cancel out by 2. So it is 50 and it is 2 9s are 18, 2 6 are 12. Again it is divisible by 2. So it is 48 and it is 25. This number will be the divided by 25. So 12.5 upon 25 is 0.5. Now we have to multiply these two numbers. So we will get 5 8s are 40, carry 4, 5 4s are 20, 20 plus 4 is 24. So it is 24. So the 12.5% of 192 is 24. Now we have to find out the value of this. So it is 50% of 48. So 50% means 50 by 100. Of means multiply. It is 48. Now it is 50 by 100 is 1 by 2. And 48 by 2 is 24. Both are equal. So it means this statement is also true. Next is 2 by 3 can be written as 40%. So 2 by 3 can be written as 40%. So 2 by 3, we have to find out the percentage of 2 by 3. So it is 2 by 3 into 100, which is equal to 200 by 3. And 40% is 40 by 100, which is equal to 2 2s are 4, 2 5s are 10, 2 by 5. Both are not equal, so it is a false statement. Next is fractional form of 12 is to 1 by 2% is 25 by 2. So let's check. 12 is to 1 by 2 is 25 by 2. 25 by 2 percentage is 25 upon 2 upon 100, which is equal to 25 upon 2 into 100. So 25 ones are 25, 25 fours are 100. It is 1 by 8. It's 25 by 2, but it is 1 by 8 and it is given 25 by 2, which is false, which is wrong. So this statement is also a false statement. So our answer is TTFF, which is option A. So option A will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question, match column 1 with column 2 and select the correct answer using the codes given below. 2 dice are thrown simultaneously, then find the probability of getting. So if 2 dice are thrown simultaneously, then the total outcomes are 36. So I have to write total possible outcomes first. So first is 1, 1, next is 1, 2, next is 1, 3, next is 1, 4, next is 1, 5, next is 1, 6. Next row is 2, 1, then 2, 2, then 2, 3, then 2, 4, then 2, 5, then 2, 6. Next row is 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 3, 5, 3, 6. Next row is 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 4, 6. Next row is 5, 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6. And last row is 6, 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 5, 6, 6. So these are the total possible outcomes when we throw 2 dice simultaneously. Now the question is sum is 8. So for sum is 8, here maximum sum is 7. So here no favorable outcomes. Here you can see sum is 8. First condition is 2, 6. Next is here 3, 5. Next here 4, 4. Here 5, 3 and here 6, 2. So the favorable outcome are 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So the probability is 5 upon 36. So sum 8 probability is 5 upon 36, which is in 2. Next is sum is even. Sum is even means sum is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So here possible outcomes are, here sum is 1, 1. It is a even number. Similarly here 1, 3, 1, 5. Here you can see 2, 2, 2, 4, 2, 6. Here you can see here 3, 3, 6, 6, 3, 9, 9, 3, 12, 12, 3, 15, 15 on 3, 18. So the probability is 18 upon 36, which is equal to 1 by 2. So for Q, the fourth one is true. Next is sum is 10. So for sum is 10, the possible outcomes are, here the maximum sum is 9, here 8, here 7. So in this row, the maximum sum is 4, 6. So it is first favorable outcome. Next is, this is 5, 5. It is second. And next is this. So favorable outcomes are 3. So the probability is 3 upon 36, which is equal to 1 by 12. So for R, first one is true. Next is sum is prime. So prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, 7 and 11. So we have to check when we throw 2 dice, which are the possible outcomes when the sum is 2, 3, 5, 7 and 11. So here you can see first is 1, 1. So it is 2. It is a prime number. Similarly, it is second 1, 2. It is a prime number. 1, 3. It is not a prime number. 1 plus 4 is 5. So it is a prime number. 1, 5. It is a 6. So it is not a prime number. 1 comma 6, it is a prime numbers. So in first row, total possible outcomes are 4. Similarly, in second row, 2 comma 1, it is a 3, so it is a prime number. 2 comma 3, it is a 5, it is also a prime number. Here 4 outcomes. Here 2 comma 1, 2 comma 3, 2 comma 5, it is a third prime number. 7. So here possible outcomes are 3. In second row, possible outcomes are 3. Similarly, here you can see 3 comma 2, so it is a 5, it is a prime number. 3 comma 4, it is a 7, it is also a prime number. 3 comma 5 is not a prime number. 3 plus 6 it is not a prime number. So in third row, the total possible outcomes are 2. In fourth row, 4 comma 1 and 4 plus 1 is 5, so it is a prime number. Next 4 plus 3, 7, 7 is also a prime number. Here total possible outcomes are 2. In fourth row, total possible outcomes are 2. In next 5 comma 2, next 5 comma 6. So here also 2 possible outcomes. Next you can see here 6 plus 1, 7, so it is a prime number. And next is 6 comma 5, it is also a prime number. So here also possible outcomes are 2. So the total possible outcomes are 4, 4 plus 3, 7, 7 plus 2, 9, 9 plus 2, 11, 11 plus 2, 13, 13 plus 2, 15. So the possible outcomes are 15 upon 36. So the sum 15 upon 36, it is divisible by 3. So 3 5s are 15 and 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6. So the probability is 5 by 12. So for S, the third one is true. So right option is 2 4 1 3. 2 4 1 3, which is option number D. So option D will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. Match column 1 with column 2 and select the correct answer using the codes given below. Match the sum of A and B. So here diagrams are given and we have to tell the value of A plus B. So in P part, this angle is 50 degree, this is 90 degree, this is angle A and this is angle B. So we have to apply the property of a quadrilateral. So 50 plus 90 plus A plus B is equal to 360 degree. So from here we will get the value of A plus B. So A plus B equal to 360 minus 140 degree, which is equal to 220 degree. So for P, third one is true. Next, here you can see the value of angle B is 180 minus 85, which is equal to 95 degree. Here this angle is 50 degree, so this angle is 130 degree. It is 115 degree, so it is 65 degree. It is 180 minus A. Now we have to again apply this same property. So 130 plus 65 plus 180 minus A plus 95 is equal to 360 degree. From here we have to add this number, this number, this number and this number. So we will get 5 plus 5 is 10, carry 1, 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 plus 6 is 10, 10 plus 8 is 18, 18 plus 9 is 27, carry 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 plus 1 is 4. So it is 470 minus A equal to 360 degree. So from here A equal to 470 minus 360, which is equal to 0 minus 0 is 0, 7 minus 6 is 1, 4 minus 3 is 1. So A equal to 110 degree, and we have to tell the value of A plus B. So A plus B is 110 plus 95, which is equal to 5, 9 plus 1 is 10, carry 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, so it is 205 degree. So for Q, first one is true. Next, here it is a regular 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is a regular pentagon, and in regular pentagon each interior angle will be the 108 degree. So angle A is 108, angle B is 108. So the sum of A plus B is 216 degree. So for R, fourth one is true. Next is S. So here you can see this angle is 60 degree and this angle is 180 minus A. Similarly, this angle is 180 minus B. So I have to apply the triangle sum property. So we will get 180 minus A plus 180 minus B plus 60 is equal to 180 degree. This 180 and 180 is cancel out. So it is 180 plus 60 is 240 minus A minus B equal to 0, or 240 equal to A plus B. So the sum of A plus B is 240 degree, which is in 2. So correct answer is 240. So the correct option is for P, third one is true. So for P, third one is true. For Q, it is 1. So 3, 3, 1, 4, 2. 3, 1, 4, 2, which is option B. So option B will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question, match column 1 with column 2 and select the correct answer using the codes given below. Here first statement is ABCDE is a regular pentagon. The bisector of angle A of the pentagon meets the side CD at M. The measure of angle AMC is. So first we have to draw a pentagon, regular pentagon. A, B, C, D, E. We know the regular pentagon have each interior angle is 108 degree. So this angle is 108 degree, this angle is 108 degree. Similarly, all the angles are 108 degree. And the angle A, the bisector of angle A, so we have to draw the bisector of angle A, and it is meets the side CD at M. So I have to write this point as M. So the bisector angle is 54 degree and 54 degree. ABCM, it is a quadrilateral. So I have to calculate the value of this M. So 54 plus 108 plus 108 plus angle M is equal to 360 degree. So from here we have to get the value of angle M. Angle M equal to 360 minus 270 degree, which is equal to 90 degree. So for P, third one is true. Next is three angles of a quadrilateral are respectively 110, 50 and 40 degree. The fourth angle is. So the three angles are given 110, 50 and 40 degree, and we have to find out the fourth angle. So same property we have to apply here. So 110 plus 50 is 160, 160 plus 40 is 200. So the fourth angle X is equal to 360 minus 200, which is equal to 160 degree. So for Q, the angle fourth is 160 degree. So for Q, fourth one is true. Next is in a quadrilateral ABCD, the bisector of angle A and angle B meet at point P. If angle C equal to 100 degree, angle D equal to 60 degree, then measure of angle APB. So we have to draw a quadrilateral here. It is a ABCD. It is a quadrilateral. Now we have to draw the bisector of angle A and angle B, and these bisector are meet at point P. Now if angle C equal to 100 degree, this angle is 100 degree, this angle is 60 degree, then we have to find out the value of this angle. So let us assume this angle A is 2x and this angle B is 2y. So we have to apply the quadrilateral property and we have to calculate the value of angle A plus angle B. So here 2x plus 2y plus 100 plus 60 is equal to 360 degree. So x plus y is equal to 360 minus 160 upon 2, which is equal to 200 upon 2 equal to 100 degree. Now we have to see the triangle APB. In triangle APB, angle A plus angle P plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. Angle A is x because this whole angle is 2x and it is a bisector. Similarly, this angle is y. So angle A is x plus angle B, angle P we have to find out, plus angle B is y is equal to 180 degree. And here x plus y is 100 degree. So I have to put the value of x plus y is 100 plus angle P is equal to 180 degree. So angle P equal to 180 minus 100 is equal to 80 degree. So for our second one is true. Next, each interior angle of a regular hexagon. So each interior angle of a regular hexagon is 120 degree. So for S, first one is true. So right option is 3, 3, 4, 2, 1, 3, 4, 2, 1, which is option C. So option C will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. So this question is paragraph based. Three numbers are in the ratio 2:3:4 and the sum of their cubes is 33,957. So first question is find the numbers. So we have to assume the numbers are 2x, 3x and 4x. Now we have to frame an equation according to this paragraph. So the cube of 2x is 8x cube, the cube of 3x is 27x cube, the cube of 4x is 64x cube is equal to 33,957. So 8 plus 27 is 35, 35 plus 64 is 99, x cube is equal to 33,957. So x cube equal to 33,957 upon 99. Both numbers are divisible by 3. So we have to divide by 3. So 3 ones are 3, 3 ones are 3, 3 threes are 9, 3 ones are 3, 3 nines are 27. And similarly this number is also divisible by 3. So 3 threes are 9, 3 threes are 9. Again this number is divisible by 3. So 3 ones are 3, 3 ones are 3, 3 threes are 9, 2 3, 3 sevens are 21, 2 1, 3 sevens are 21 and 3 threes are 9. This number is divisible by 11. So 11 threes are 33, 4 7, 11 fours are 44 and 11 threes are 33. So x cube is equal to 343. So the x equal to cube root of 343, which is equal to 7. So the value of x is 7. So the numbers are 2 into 7, which is equal to 14. Next number is 3 into 7, which is equal to 21. And next number is 4 into 7, which is equal to 28. So numbers are 14, 21 and 28, which is option B. So option B will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. The cubes of these numbers are, so numbers are 14, 21 and 28. The cube of these numbers are, the cube of 14 cube is 2744. Next number is 21. So the 21 cube is 9261 and the next number is 28 and the 28 cube is 21,952. So our answer will be the option C. So option C will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. Paragraph is, if A upon B, comma C upon D and E upon F are any three rational numbers, then A upon B into C upon D plus E upon F equal to A upon B into C upon D plus A upon B into E upon F. Now the question according to this paragraph is name of property used above. So it is a distributive property. So our answer will be the distributive of multiplication over addition. So option C will be the right answer. Now coming to the next question. If 2 upon 5 into minus 8 upon 9 plus P into 5 upon 9 equal to 2 upon 5 into Q plus R, then P, Q and R. So here P is equal to 2 upon 5 minus 2 upon 5 because this value is in negative and this is a positive. So the value of P is minus 2 upon 5. Similarly, Q is equal to minus 8 upon 9 and R is equal to minus 5 upon 9. So the value of P is minus 2 upon 5, value of Q is minus 8 upon 9 and value of R is minus 5 upon 9, which is in option C. So option C will be the right answer. This is all about the solution of mathematics parts. If you want more updates regarding Matrix Olympiad, so you can subscribe our YouTube channel. Thank you so much.
Hello student, welcome to Matrix YouTube channel. We are here to discuss the solution of Matrix Olympiad paper of class 8 reasoning conducted on 20 October 2024. Hope you performed very well. So let's get started. Now question number 51. Find the number which would come in the place of question mark. So find the next term of the given number series. So series is 3, again 3, 4.5, 9 and after 9 next is missing. So first find the pattern of given series. So pattern of the series is 3 multiplied by 1, it means 3. Now 3 multiplied by 1.5, it means 4.5. Now 4.5 multiplied by 2, it means 9. Multiply by 1, multiply by 1.5, multiply by 2. Now 9 multiply by 2.5. If 9 multiply by 2.5, it means 22.5. So missing number. It means you can say next number of the given number series is 22.5. So now here option A is the correct answer of this question. Now let's move on to the next question. So now question number 52. Select the combination letters that when sequentially placed in the blanks of the given series will complete the series. So in such question, put the options in the question and then check the pattern. So according to option A, first blank it means P, second blank it means S, now third blank it means S, fourth blank it means J, fifth blank it means S, and now next is T. So now check the pattern. So pattern is J T M P R S, J T S P R S, J T M P R S, J T M P R S. So no defined pattern found from option A. So it means option A is the incorrect option. Now taking option B. So now according to option B, first blank it means P, second blank it means S, now next blank it means M, after M next blank it means J, after J next is blank is T, and last is S. So now check the pattern. So pattern is JTMPRS, JTMPRS, JTMPRT. So JSMPRS. So no defined pattern found from option B. So option B also incorrect option. Now taking option C. So now according to option C, first blank it means P, second blank it means M, third it means S, after S next is J, after J next is S, and last is T. So now check the pattern. So pattern is JTMPRM, JTSPRS, JTMPRS, JTMPRS. So no defined pattern found from option C. So option C also incorrect option. Now taking option D. So now according to option D, first blank it means P, second blank it means S, third blank it means M, fourth blank it means J, fifth blank it means S, and last blank it means T. So now check the pattern. So pattern is JTMPRS, 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 JTMPRS. Yes, in this way we have got a defined pattern of letters. So a defined pattern found from option D. So it means option D is the correct answer of this question. So pattern is JTMPRS, JTMPRS, JTMPRS. So here option D is the correct answer of this question. Let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 53. From his house, Lucky went 15 km to the north. Then he turned west and covered 10 km. Then he turned south and covered 5 km. Finally turning to the east and covered 10 km. In which direction is he from his house? Before starting this question, we should know that there are four type of main direction. This is north, this is east, this is south, and this is west. And there are four type of main direction. This is northeast, this is southeast, this is southwest, and this is northwest. Now according to question, let's suppose A is the starting point of Lucky, other you can say A is the house of Lucky. Now Lucky went 15 km to the north. Now Lucky went 15 km. This is the north direction of A. So Lucky went 15 km towards north direction. Then he turns west. This is the west direction. And covered 10 km Then he turned south and covered 5 km. Then he covered 5 kilometer in south direction. Finally turning to the east and covered 10 kilometer. Finally he covered 10 kilometer towards east direction. So this is the east of Lucky. Now in which direction? A is from his house. Let's suppose B is the final point of Lucky. Now find the direction of B with respect to starting point. It means A. So final point will be exactly in the north of starting point A. So here option C is the correct answer of this question, because position of B is in north direction with respect to A. So here option C is the correct answer of this question. Let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 54. If southeast becomes north, northeast becomes west, and so on, what will west become? So as we know, this is the north, this is east, this is south, and this is west. And four cardinal direction. This is northeast, this is southeast, and this is southwest, and this is northwest. Now according to question, southeast becomes north. Southeast, it means southeast becomes north. Now here is north, and northeast becomes west. So now here is west. So now according to this information, this is the opposite of north, means this is the south direction, and this is the west, and opposite of west is east direction. Now question is, what will west becomes? Now west, here is west. Now west becomes southeast. Now west become southeast. So here option C is the correct answer of this question, because west becomes southeast according to given information. So here option C is the correct answer. Now next question is question number 55. The voter image of which letters is the same as the alphabet itself? The voter is always taken below the object. So now voter image of G looks something like this. This is the voter, and voter image of G will looks something like this. And now, so voter image of J will look something like this. Now find the voter image of I. So voter image of I will look something like this. Okay, now find the voter image of U. So voter image of U will look something like this. So voter image of I will remain same in the voter. So here option C is the correct answer of this question, because voter image of I will remains same in the voter. So here option C is the correct answer of this question. Let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 56. Select the correct mirror image of given figure if the mirror is placed vertically to the right of object. So this mirror image of this part, because this is mirror. Now mirror image of this part will look something like this. This part is near to the mirror, so it will remains near to the mirror in the mirror image. So mirror image of this part will look something like this. And now find the mirror, first find the mirror image of N. So mirror image of N looks something like this. Now find the mirror image of R. So this is the mirror image of R. Now find the mirror image of O. This is the mirror image of O. Now find the mirror image of C. So this is the mirror image of C. Now mirror image of P. So mirror image of P looks like this. Now again find the mirror image of O. So this is the mirror image of O. And finally find the mirror image of P. So mirror image of P looks something like this. So this is the correct mirror image of given figure. So now here option C is the correct mirror image of given figure. So option C is the correct answer of this question. Now next question is question number 57. Aman is at 15th place from left end and Raman is at 16th place from right end. If Mohan is exactly in the middle of both, then what could be the maximum number of person in the row? So according to given information, Aman is at 15th. So this is the left side of the row. So Aman is 15th place from left hand. So now here is Aman. And Raman is at 16th place from the right end. And this is the right side of the row. So Raman is 16th place from the right side of the row. Now here is Raman. Now Mohan is exactly in between of both. Now Mohan is exactly in between Aman and Raman. So now here is Mohan. So then what could be the maximum number of person in the row? Total number of mid person is not given in this question. So total maximum person of the row cannot be determined, because according to given information, position of Mohan is exactly between Aman and Raman. But how many student, how many person in between Raman and Aman? So according to given information, number of mid person is not given. So here total maximum person cannot be determined from the given information. So here option D cannot be determined is the correct answer of this question, because a number of maximum person in the row cannot be determined from the given information. So now next question is question number 58. At the end of a chess tournament, the final ranking is announced. If Roger is ranked higher than David, Roger rank is higher than David, but lower than Pratik, and Sarah is ranked lower than David. Sarah rank is lower than David. Now who is ranked the highest? So Pratik, rank of Pratik is the highest in this tournament. So Pratik got the first rank in this tournament. So here option B is the correct answer of this question. Let's move on to the next question. So now next question, select the correct set of symbols which will fit in the given equations. Now in these questions, put the options in the equation one by one. So according to option A, 5, first blank it means multiply, 0. Now second blank it means multiply, 3. Now third blank it means multiply, 5 is equals to 20. So 5 multiply by 0 it means 0, 0 multiply by 3 it means again 0. Now 0 multiply by 5 it means also 0. So 0 never equals to 20. So now here option A is the incorrect option. Now taking option B. So now according to option B, 5, first blank it means minus, 0. Second blank it means plus, 3. Third blank it means also plus, 5 is equals to 20. Now 5 plus minus 0 it means 5. 5 plus 3 it means 8. 8 plus 3, 8 plus 5 it means 13. So now 13 never equals to 20. So here option B also incorrect option. Now taking option C. So according to option C, 5, first blank it means plus, 0. Now second blank it means again plus, 3. Now third blank it means multiply by 5 is equals to 20. So 3 multiply by 5 it means 15. Now 5 plus 0 it means 5. So 15 plus 5 is equals to 20. Yes, 20 always equals to 20. So now here option C is the correct answer of this question. Let's move on to the next question. So now next question is question number 60. In the following question consists of a set of three figures x, y and z showing a sequence of folding of a piece of paper. Figure Z shows the manner in which the folded paper has been cut. Choose a figure which most closely resembles the unfolded form of figure Z from the four answer figure given below. Unfold the paper. So now unfold the paper in the same sequence when it was folded and find the mirror image in each case. So first unfold the Z, then we got Y. Now unfold the Y, then we got X, and find the image of X because X represents unfolded paper. So first this paper will be unfolded in this direction because this paper has been folded in this direction. So unfold this paper in this direction, then we get a image like this, and mirror image of this part will looks something like this. This is the figure Y. Now unfold this paper in this direction because this paper has been folded in this direction, so this paper will be unfolded in this direction. So when this paper unfold this paper, then we get a image, like this. This is the correct unfolded paper after cutting. So now here option C is the correct answer of this question because option C shows the correct unfolded paper after cutting. So we have finished the solution. I hope you understood it well. If you have any query and doubt regarding the paper solution, please log in the website and click ask the doubt option and write your doubt there. And any new information related to Matrix Olympiad will be updated on this YouTube channel. So subscribe the channel for more updates, and you can also have new updates on our WhatsApp channel. To join, click on the links provided in the description box. Thank you so much. Have a great time.